Welcome back. All right, so doing the preview Saturday night after making the internet angry with my power rankings. I'm going to do this one, go to bed. I could have probably done this in the morning, but I like to post them about 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, because of the matinee games and giving people time to make their picks. So there's two early-ish games, and then there's one that's still kind of early too, and then we get into the evening games, but hockey's done relatively early tomorrow. So at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is noon Pacific, the Vancouver Canucks will try to salvage something against the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets have beaten them twice so far this year. December 17th was 5-1. That might have been the worst game Vancouver's played this year. December 29th, Winnipeg won 4-2. Better game for Vancouver, still not enough. For Vancouver, they're 17, 18, and 3. Their last 10 games are 5-5, which they can't play that way. They can't be 500 from here and make the playoffs. The problem is their January schedule is brutal. This road trip's a rough one. Away from home, they're 9-8-2. They're a negative 16 in terms of their goal differential. We'll see how things go. Winnipeg's 25-13-1. They just got a bunch of guys back the last game. They should be more in shape and in tune with things this game. Bad news for the Canucks. Also, the Jets 6-4 in their last 10, but they've won 4 in a row. Bad news for Vancouver there. At home, they're 15-6. They're a plus 26 in goal differential. Then a half an hour later, so 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, the Florida Panthers will be looking to even their season series against Dallas. November the 17th, Dallas went into Florida and won 6-4. I expect a similar score in this one tomorrow, to be honest. Florida's 18-18-4. Their last 10 games are 4-6, but they've won 2 in a row. Away from home, they're 8-12-1. They have a negative 4 goal differential. On the Dallas side, they're 23-11-6. Their last 10 games are 6-3-1. At home, they're 11-4-3, and their goal differential is a plus 30. So Dallas's numbers would tell you they should be able to win this one, but I think if they take Florida lightly, they could regret that. Then at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, the Columbus Blue Jackets against Washington. Very busy schedule for Columbus as well as for Washington. And this is the second time they'll meet each other within a week. January 5th, of course, Washington wins 6-2. We'll see how things go in this one. The third and fourth meetings will be January the 31st as well as March 21st. 12-24-2 is the record for Columbus. It ain't great, but at least they got a win today. They're 2-8 in their last 10 now. Away from home, a woeful 2-12-1. Their goal differential is a negative 51. On the Washington side, they're 22-14-6. Definitely turned it around after a slow start. Their last 10 games are 7-1-2. This is the debut for Wilson and Backstrom. Should be huge. At home, they're 12-6-3, and their goal differential is a plus 21. Then we fast forward to the traditional time of evening games, which is 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, and we've got Calgary and Chicago. So it's an hour earlier than normal for Chicago. The next meeting will be January the 26th. They'll meet again on April the 4th. So for Calgary, they're 19-14-7. Their last 10 games are 6-3-1. Away from home, they're 7-7-5. But while that record's mediocre, it has gotten better. I think they were 3-6-3 not that long ago on the road. Their goal differential is a positive at plus 4, and they're against Chicago. Chicago 9-25-4. They are 2-8 over their last 10. Same record as Columbus. Same trajectory as Columbus, really. At home, they're 6-14-2. Their goal differential is a negative 59. So this is one that Calgary should peg off relatively easily, but we'll see what happens. The Calgary is one of those teams that can play down to lesser opponents, so it'll be interesting. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Pittsburgh Penguins in against Arizona. October 13th, Pittsburgh won this one at home 6-2. Now, wearing Pittsburgh wouldn't seem like, well, of course, Pittsburgh's easy, though everybody will pick them. They're 19-13-6 overall, but over their last 10, they're 3-5-2, and on the road, they're 9-9-2. So they've won less than half of their games on the road. Their goal differential is a plus 8, which is better than a negative, but it's still not where you'd expect with Pittsburgh. On the Arizona side, they're 13-20-5. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row in regulation, but at home, they're 7-3-2. They have a negative 34 in their goal differential. Again, if you're looking at goal differential, this will very often give you an idea of who's making the playoffs and who isn't. So we'll see if that rings true this year as well. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild. St. Louis will be looking to get over a loss tonight against Montreal. Minnesota will be looking to get over an overtime loss against Buffalo. The first meeting was on New Year's Eve, December 31st. That was a 5-2 win for Minnesota. The third and fourth meetings will be March the 15th as well as April the 8th. So for St. Louis, they're 19-18-3 at this point. Their last 10 games are 5-3-2. Away from home, they're 12-10-1. They have a negative 19 in their goal differential. Not great. On the Minnesota side, they're 22-13-3. Their last 10 games are 7-2-1. So they'd won 7 out of 9 going into that one tonight. At home, they're 12-7-1, and their goal differentials are plus 17. Minnesota's playing quite well. I think they just got beat by a team that knew how desperately they needed the win tonight against Buffalo. Then 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start as well between Toronto and Philadelphia. This is the third and final meeting. So a lot of teams are ending their season series with each other already. Here, and here. And in this case, Toronto's won both matchups. 5-2 on November 2nd, 4-3 on December 22nd. And so while they haven't been blowouts, they've been wins for Toronto, who are now 23-9-7. Their last 10 games, 5-4-1. Away from home, they're 10-6-3. Their goal differentials are plus 29. So no need to panic in Toronto land that they've only won 5 of their last 10. They did win against Detroit. And Philadelphia, that's a winnable game. But Philadelphia is 15-17-7. Their last 10 games are 6-4. They have won 4 in a row. So Philadelphia, not an easy out right now. At home, they're 8-9-1. Their goal differential is a negative 19. But again, they're a well-coached team. And if you take them lightly, they can beat you. So for Toronto, they've got to make sure that they take the momentum from tonight, bring it into tomorrow as well. Then at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, Boston's in against Anaheim. And, you know, I wanted to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and pause so I can do this. All right, I have to. So I've got a trap magnet on this. So this may end up being for nothing, but it's your standard Admiral Akbar. It's a trap, meaning this is a game that Boston, it just feels like they could end up losing this one. So October 20th, Boston played at home against Anaheim. They needed a shootout to win against Anaheim 2-1. That's when I was definitely not sold on Boston being the contender that they are right now. So this one starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. So it starts 2 hours earlier than the game that Boston played tonight. I know they're only going from San Jose to Anaheim, but still. That's a short turnaround between games. So for Boston, they're 31-4-4. Their last 10 games are 8-0-2. Away from home, they're 12-4-1. Their goal differential is a ridiculous plus 62. On the Anaheim front, they're 12-24-4. But over their last 10, they're 5-4-1. They've been playing much better. At home, they're 8-10-1, so their home record isn't bad. And their goal differential is awful, negative 67. It would be easy for Boston to overlook Anaheim or just be tired from the game against San Jose tonight and end up coming up short. So we'll see if that ends up happening. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, including your winners for tomorrow's games. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.